2, 1. Good afternoon. This is Animal Uncontrol. Welcome to the Easter edition of the Voice Chat. Happy Easter, dogs, and happy Passover, or whatever your preferred holiday may be. Some talking points for today: 2 dog bite related fatalities this past week. A New Jersey man pulls a WWF move on a pit bull. Dog is God spelled backwards. And we will be playing around with some nutter narratives, perhaps in the Pig Latin translator. Always fun. Joining me, I have Kidder. How you doing, Kidder?
Oh, doing very good.
Good. Let me see if I can get a
screen
share. Let me see if I can get a screen share going. I want to share this. It's interesting because I don't see it on my screen. Do you see that? The English
blank as yet. There you go.
Okay, so you see it's an English to Spanish translator.
Uh-oh, what's he gonna do?
Okay. You know, you always hear dog people say often that dog is God spelled backwards. And what they're doing is they're trying to, reinforce the premise that dogs are divine, that Fido is the furry Jesus. But what's interesting, and I didn't realize this until I read it. I read it in one of the Reddits. Somebody pointed out that as far as anyone can tell, that only works in English. So if I type in, so you can see this, I have my English to Spanish translator up. If I type in dog, so that translates to either para or perro, because you got the masculine and feminine versions. But if you reverse the spelling on these, it's just gibberish. It doesn't mean anything. So I guess when they make that claim, you want to say, hey, you know what? Stop being so Anglo-centric, you imperialist. Let's use a few, cultural Marxist narratives on them for a change. So anyway, how have you been? How's your neighbor been behaving? Have they been good?
It's been pretty decent, I'd say.
Yeah.
I heard the sound of their people not too long ago, but it wasn't for very long. So,
okay.
I drive by their house and I look the guy right in the eye, and he doesn't even look at me. So, there you go.
Well, I guess as long as they behave, it's good. It's really uncomfortable when something like this happens because you live in close proximity to these people. It's really awkward. And that's probably one reason why a lot of people don't want to, confront the dog bully about it, because it's someone you're stuck living in close proximity to. It's really awkward. I tell you, when mine moved away finally, it was the term is catharsis. I wanted to just cry with relief. It was like this huge burden was just lifted from me that they were gone, because I didn't have to I didn't have to see them every day or live near them. Thank dog for that. So the other thing I wanted to discuss was, we got a couple other things going on. Oh, next week is Dog Bite Prevention Week, as in WEAK. I think it runs from tomorrow, April 9th through the 15th. And what I find interesting about this, narrative is, this is consider, can you see this, the CDC screen? Is that up? Can you see that? Okay.
You're all good.
All right. So it said this, and this is actually from a couple of years ago. It says this week is Dog Bite Prevention Week. And this is from our federal government. This isn't from Bad Rap or Best Friends or some, private dog nut outfit. This is public dog nuttery. So right away it starts as learn how to stay safe around your furry friends. So there's an allusion towards other animals, or there's an implication. Stay safe around your furry friends, meaning, I guess,
It's
that,
like a double negative or something.
well, the
How
thing
is
they
a
say
friend
furry
a
friends,
danger
like,
to your safety?
yeah, well, yeah, why would they? Yeah, if they were your friends, they wouldn't be endangering you, right? But it says like furry friends, that implicates any animal with hair: cats, gerbils, horses, goats, right? Stay safe around your furry friends. But how do they get the ball rolling? Right away, they start with the dog propaganda. Dogs give us comfort, companionship, exercise, entertainment, and, drum roll, unconditional love. So they start out, right, the first paragraph, the first sentence, I guess, well, maybe it's a second paragraph, I guess, because you get this furry friend blurb up here. Dogs give us, they say all this stuff, and unconditional love. Really, you're the CDC. You're supposed to be doctors and scientists, and you're making these narrative assertions. Like, do they have, which CDC study shows that dogs give unconditional love? Do they want to post that here? I'd like to see that. But in any case, but that's how they started off right away with all the pro-dog propaganda. But it's important to remember that any dog can bite, even trusted family pets. Not only can dog bites hurt, but they can also become infected and spread diseases. I thought a dog's mouth was cleaner than ours. I guess it depends on when the last, plateful of turds was consumed. Nearly 1 in 5 people who are bitten by a dog require medical attention. This Dog Bite Prevention Week takes some time to learn how to protect and your family from dog bites. Now, you think it's interesting. They don't put the responsibility, for these 4.5 million dog bites and 1 million or so requiring medical attention. They don't put the onus where it belongs. In other words, I see this as, a failure of dog owners. They adopt pets they can't handle and can't control, and these injuries occur as a result. But as you get through this, learn the signs to watch out for. Any dog can bite, especially when scared, nervous, eating, or playing or protecting toys or puppies, or for no reason at all. Dogs may also bite when they aren't feeling well and want to be left alone. Don't approach a dog that seems angry, scared, or sick. Children
Look at
are
that
most
word salad.
Yeah, children are most at risk. Oh, and I want to run some translations on the word salad. So, and it goes into all this, and I know, like, I Hate Dogs covers this kind of thing fairly extensively. So I don't know if I have much to add to it, but the thing is that it seems the implication is that the reason we have so many dog bites is because we people don't know how to act around them. In other words, it's basically the victim's fault. Bringing dogs into schools to try to, quote, teach kids how to act around dogs. And then we wonder why, like, our reading and math scores are so terrible. Maybe they should be teaching something that matters. But really, the onus or the responsibility for all these dog bites falls on the dog owners. And people, I'm sure people have played in, but like pit bulls and other, high risk dog breeds, it's a genetics, which is true. But who chose those genetics? Who adopted those dogs? If nobody wanted a pit bull, they wouldn't exist. We only have them because there's a demand for them. And yes, these people know what these dogs are capable of. Everybody does. Now, if you look at this other article, this is from 2012, and this is telling basically, kids what to do if you're attacked by a dog. Okay, Dog Bite Prevention Week. Be a tree. Dogs and kids and trees. Dogs are stimulated by movement and noise, and children are known for their movement and noise, right? So it's the kid's fault, right? It's the kid's fault. Still, it's possible to work toward and achieve positive and comfortable relationships between dogs and kids. One of the most valuable skills that children can learn is to stand still and be a tree. Be a tree. Be a tree. So act like a tree, kids. So if you're attacked by a dog, here's what you do. Stop. Fold your branches. Watch your roots grow. Count your breaths in your head until help comes or the dog goes away. So the point they're trying to make is to see they're putting the onus, the responsibility for the outcome on the victim. They're not going to dog owners and say, you know what, control your murder mutts, or even better, get rid of them. But no, we get this advice instead. This is what we're told to do. Also, and I've seen this narrative before, saying, well, if you're attacked by a dog, just be a tree. Like, don't yell and scream. Don't make any sudden moves. And I know, don't you think it's kind of difficult to just stand quietly while enormous chunks of flesh are torn from your body? I don't know. Would you find that difficult?
Maybe.
Trees are boring to dogs. A dog will just sniff at a child and then go away. Not always.
Yeah, that's
no matter what the dog, no matter what the dog does. See, no matter what the dog does, it's important for the child to stand still, avoid eye contact, and stay quiet. So again, the whole responsibility is put on the victim, right? So this sets him up for victim blaming. It's like, well, why did, Junior get totally dismembered? Well, because they started screaming when the dog attacked them. If they'd just been calm and quiet, the dog would have stopped. But that's BS, particularly, pit bulls and many similar. They'll continue to maul a body after it's dead. Or after the victim is unconscious. They attack inanimate objects. They maul parked cars. What was the car doing? It wasn't doing anything. So I find that interesting, but it's more, again, they're not putting the onus where or the focus where it belongs. They need to go to dog owners and say, you need to do better. You need to do something different. That is how we get these number of dog attacks down. You need to stop adopting murder mutts, for one thing. That would help. And whatever mutt you do have, you do a better job of controlling them. Keep them away from kids. And you can tell kids, don't pet my dog, he might bite you. I
don't see any advice for buffalo or foxes or lions.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too, is like, why are we having the dog bite? Why is it a dog bite prevention week? Like, where's the, is there a bear bite prevention week or even a cat bite prevention week? No. Why is it only dogs that need a bite prevention week?
Government promoted domestic terrorism. Love to see it.
Yep, yep. So, but anyway, next week is Dog Bite Prevention Week. But I think one reason we have this problem, well, it's dogs first narratives, is that they're just putting all the focus, all the responsibility on the victim instead of on the dog, well, the dogs themselves and the dog owners where it belongs. They need
Are you going to practice being a tree this week?
I don't know. I think I'm more
with a gun, maybe.
Yeah, an armed tree. All I did is just one trick, one finger twitch, and that's it.
I got your branch right here, bro.
Yeah. Perfect. That's interesting, but here I want to try something else. You said call this stuff word salad, so let's try something. Let's take this and see if we can make more sense. I want to do pig Latin translator. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take their word salad, and you can see this, right? Pig Latin translator. All right. So this comes. Okay, I got rid of that. So you look at on the left here, saying, okay, this makes no sense at all, right? But on the right, see, this makes sense. NEA, OGDAY, and K, IPay. See, this makes sense. Doesn't this make perfect sense to you?
It makes more sense than the word salad you put in.
Responsible, it didn't convert the word responsible. So I guess responsible means the same in English as it does in Pig Latin. I didn't know that. We're learning so much about semantics today. See, like dog does not, reverse translate to God, and well, at least not in Spanish anyway. And yeah, Pig Latin translator. And it makes at least as much sense as the as the CDC website. So yeah, I recommend that everyone run, the Nutter word salad through this Pig Latin translator, because then it makes much more sense. All right, next topic. A WWF move, that would be World Wrestling Federation, pulled on a pit bull in New Jersey. So, and maybe some folks are familiar with this case, but I found this very interesting. So this is and interestingly, this is in Kearney, New Jersey, which is just a couple of towns over from where I grew up. So dog owners, meaning both dogs, face charges in pit bull attack on Yorkshire Terrier. So what happened was a fight in two dogs resulted in police charging both owners. But this, I want to get into the legalese of this. It's very interesting. And it goes to the point that I always make is that, well, it's interesting because this is dog on dog violence. But it seems that the primary aggressor is given the benefit of the doubt in a situation like this. So police say that a pit bull running loose in the neighborhood severely bit Joel Perez's Yorkshire Terrier. Police say that Perez is then seen in the video picking up the pit bull by the collar and slamming the dog on the ground. He allegedly attempted to do it multiple times until neighbors yelled at him to stop. Why would they ask him to stop? I mean, just the entertainment value of that is over the top. Maybe they wanted to go back into their homes and grab popcorn. They do just hold the thought
stop,
for a minute.
now do it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're back. Now proceed. Continue. So Perez was charged with one count of animal cruelty. Police say that Perez's dog, the Mini Mutt, suffered liver damage and lacerations that required surgery. The owner of the pit bull was identified as Peggy Andrade. She lives 2 blocks over from Elm Street. So this pit bull was loose, traveled 2 blocks, and attacked the mini mutt. So police have issued 2 charges to Andrade, one for having a dog unleashed in public and for allowing a dog to run at large. And those are typically very minor offenses. But she was also arrested for failure to pay child support. So you think again, how cliche is this? You've got this, this pit mommy does not have custody of her 2-legged kids. She's lost custody. You got to be a pretty bad mother to lose custody of your kids. Now, I don't know, maybe she didn't lose custody, but she had court-ordered child support payments that she did not make. So I'm thinking this wasn't just a case of her leaving the kids with the dad or maybe the grandparents as part of an informal arrangement. These kids were granted custody to someone else based on a court decision, and she was ordered to pay support. Otherwise, they wouldn't be arresting her for not paying it. So this is what's interesting. Perez will go to a superior court to have his case heard, and Andrade will have her case heard in municipal court. Now you're wondering, I sort of understood the distinction between the 2 courts here, but I looked it up. What's the difference between superior court and district court? So district court, this is where the pit mommy is going to wind up, handles misdemeanors where the maximum sentence is 2.5 years. Okay, but the superior court has authority over all crimes. Okay, superior court has authority over all crimes and most often handles major felony cases. Okay, judges in the superior court can impose sentences to the House of Corrections or to state prison for any period of time up to life. So it'll be interesting to see what he gets, because he, technically he's a secondary aggressor because this at-large dog attacked his dog, and he's going to be dragged in front of this superior court judge to answer for that. Now, some people are going to say maybe he got a little bit too carried away, the body slamming. However, it is a pit bull we're contemplating here. They're very tenacious. A German Shepherd probably body slamming it once would likely be sufficient to get it to quit, but a pit bull, probably not. So, but that's what's interesting is that, the pit mommy, well, most of the trouble she's in, and it just shows how stupid she is. Like, okay, if you're already like a known criminal, like if you have warrants, it's probably not a good idea to turn your dog loose to attack people and other animals. I'm just thinking, right?
Might as well double down.
Yeah, why not? So that's an interesting case. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I want to transition to, we had a couple of dog bite related fatalities this past week I wanted to discuss, and probably most folks are familiar with them. Can you see I'm on dogsbite.org? Can you see that?
There you are.
All right. So the first one was, and I don't know if these happened, I think this might have happened before the other one, but a man was killed by 2 pit bulls habituating, shouldn't it be habitating, a boarded up vacant Detroit building. So there's 2 pit bulls in this abandoned, looks like an abandoned factory building. And two men went in there, and I believe they were there to actually take care of them, to actually, try to feed them. So I don't know if this is a case of, if it's another, Jacqueline Durand type case where somebody goes over to, take, or the Jaden Henderson case where the mauler mutts delete the pet sitter or the caretaker. But there were two pit bulls being kept in the building. Okay. They, what else? Entered the building with another person. So the pit bulls were captured by Detroit Animal Care and Control. Okay. The other man did not get attacked. He was actually at the scene, but he may not have actually been at the precise location. Police also said that both men had been trying to help the dogs when the two pit bulls attacked one of the men. Surprisingly, both dogs were fully licensed and vaccinated, indicating the dogs have an owner. And I think, an owner was revealed. This confirmed the dogs were, according to John Roach, nearby. Compton said that a woman escaped the same fate a few weeks earlier as she tried to feed the dog. So I guess the owner has the dogs and the property, but I guess he's not feeding them because I guess they're just going to eat whoever enters the building. That's the intent there. The dogs also ran loose in the area. Residents want the building torn down. Okay, but this gets really interesting. Fox 2 Detroit reports that another suspicious death occurred at this building on September 7th, 2022. Detroit police were dispatched to the same building after a man apparently broke in and was discovered dead. Police said that the dogs had come in contact with the man, but his cause of death is still undetermined. Yeah, this is probably a nutter medical examiner trying to get Fido off the hook. The Wayne County medical examiner said there are external findings that require further interpretation. The building manager would not comment to the reporter. So we have a suspected dog bite related fatality about 7 months ago in the same building. So now we find out who the dog's owner is. Detroit man named Dustin Shepard stated on Facebook that he owned the two pit bulls. And talk about word salad. They got my dogs. I will be getting them back. The guy broke into the building and my dogs felt threatened and protected their home. He wrote in the post, he links to the WXYZ report. Shepard added in comments, I got you 2 lawyers on it. They are going to save my dogs. This sounds like the September 7th incident when an intruder did break into the building. But I'd like to pause for a moment that, again, we've made this point repeatedly, but it's worth making again, that booby trapping your property in such a way is illegal as hell everywhere. Unless you do it with a dog. Like, in other words, if they'd rigged up a piano to drop on the head of whoever entered, even if it's a trespasser, that person, whoever had set that up, would go to prison. It's reckless endangerment, even if someone is trespassing. You can't do that. So anyway, so he posted he'd licensed and vaccinated his dogs. He had a 66-pound male pit bull, a 65-pound female pit bull. And this was, I guess, in last year, in September 1, posted that I got my boy out of jail, referring to his male pit bull. It's about 3 weeks, including a quarantine period. after the September 7th incident. Well, actually, it's probably more like 8 weeks, but on November 6th, he takes both of his dogs for a walk and passes by the same building. So these dogs had priors, and again, the dog people are going to say, oh, you know, Fido was just protecting his home. He has rights. Listen, dogs should not have self-defense rights under our legal system. Okay, they're too stupid to know the difference between something that's a real threat and something that isn't. If you look at Dog Bite Prevention Week, WEAK, basically any person who's not standing perfectly still is a threat, which means it could be anybody because we do sort of have to move around sometimes. So anyway, after his 2 pit bulls killed a man on April 4th, he said, it happened again. My boy De Niro got, look at this. My boy De Niro got another body. 2 guys broke into the building today, and my dogs felt threatened, so one of the 2 guys did not make it out. This post has since been removed. Perhaps it's not a good thing to brag about. If Shepard desperately wants his double man-killing pit bulls returned to him, presumably so that dogs can kill a 3rd person. Seriously, Detroit. So these are the murder mutts with the fur daddy. I like the prong collars. Yep, booby trapping. Do it any other way, you go to prison. You do it with a dog, and it's all good. It's all good.
Why did I know what the pit bull owner looked like before I saw him? Like, literally, how did I know?
Yeah, he's like a poster. He's like a poster boy for, you know, anti-meth or something. It happened today. My boy De Niro had, let's do this. Let's run this. Let's get rid of this. Let's run this through the Pig Latin translator.
Here we go. Here we go again.
Yeah, let's run this through the Pig Latin translator. See if we can make sense of this. Did not make it out. That's the other thing, too, is, you know, if you get into self-defense scenarios, it's a real, and I've had professional advice on this. If something happens, let's say you actually do shoot somebody, you want to avoid any, you know, making any kind of like aggressive posture. Like, you don't want to be glad you did it. So, it yea, happened hey, again yea. Why may, oh boy, obey, an hero day, odd gay, another yea, oddy bay. These people are these stories write themselves. You get the pit mommy who lost custody of her kids and then doesn't pay child support on them. And then you got this guy, this outstanding citizen here. So that was dog bite related fatality 1. The other one was, and this is a really sad one, this little boy was killed by, I believe it was his grandmother's pit bull. Actually, it wasn't a pit bull. It was a pit bull mastiff mix. It was a mastiff mix. So he'd been playing with a dog all day, and then the dog all of a sudden snapped and killed him. We don't know his name yet. He was killed by this dog. Now, look at this horrifying creature. Look at it. Look at the maw on this thing. Look at the size of its mouth. You see my pointer here, what I'm pointing at? Look at the size of that maw. This dog could take maybe not just a toddler's head, but even a full-grown person's head off with one bite. Boom. Done. Why would anybody think that this was safe to have around? I mean, this dog has the capacity of killing capacity of a bear, at least. And again, it's another, well-treated, family dog. Okay. The dog has no history of violence. Well, so they say. Again, he was a quote, a rescue, so they don't know that. Lived with a family for 5 years. Said seen Cash. Okay, yeah. Again, even the chief police is coming out saying it's seen Cash being walked in the community repeatedly with no issues. Like, come on, Chief. Yeah, I saw the dog being walked, peacefully. So I guess I just figured that the dog could never do anything wrong. Talk about a weak induction fail. The NBC spoke to the child's great aunt, who said it was unclear why the dog attacked the toddler. It's a pit mix, dummy. That is why. He just attacked him. And the dog is very lovable too, so we just don't know what happened. It's very heartbreaking. For him to be gone at such a young age. All these people are starting to disappoint. They're not going to lament the loss of the dog. You actually cared about the kid. The dog and him, they was friends. Now, what else did they say here? Yeah, they said that apparently the kid had been playing with the dog all day. I don't have that. Where does it say that in here? Life-threatening injuries, cardiac arrest. Yeah, apparently the kid, that's why they said, we can't figure it out. He'd been playing with the dog all day with no problems. And I'm thinking, why did they allow that? But what's more interesting is say, we could replace a dog with hand grenade. Oh, well, he'd been playing with a hand grenade all day, and it didn't blow up. The chief could say, yeah, I saw them walking down the street holding this hand grenade, but it wasn't exploding, so I just assumed it was completely harmless. Unbelievable.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Oh, my dog. Holy mother of dog. Thinking we might do a short one today. Les, did you have any topics you wanted to discuss? I know it's a tough weekend for people, being a holiday weekend. I know I'd planned one for Thursday, but it was a bust. It just wasn't a good time for anybody. What do we
It's
have?
a local story. A dog attacked a kid, and they shot the dog. In the comments, they're like, "Oh, poor dog." Like, okay.
Wah. How could I go?
You are what's wrong with the world.
That's yep, yeah. We have a
And
couple.
she come back and said she doesn't have long to live. I was like, well, perfect.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
The shorter, the better.
You can check out now if you'd like. I mean, What the hell?
Did you have a news source on that? Maybe I could bring that up.
It was Fox, Minneapolis, I think. Brooklyn Park dog attack, probably.
Brooklyn Park. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
See it?
That's it, probably.
Let's say, Brooklyn Park. A dog that attacked a young child was shot and killed because a cop shot the dog. Pibble attacking a young girl. Well, didn't she just stand like a tree? What's wrong with these kids? Come on. And next week is Dog Bite Prevention Week. People they got to get with the program. So the caller said the pit bull had the child pinned up against a fence and the child was unable to get free. When police showed up, the caller was trying to free the girl from the dog. Ultimately, they were able to get the girl away from the pit bull. But the officer said the pit bull started to come at them aggressively, and officers then shot and killed the dog. Child was responsive, and she's expected.
Is that in quotes?
Yeah.
I guess it is a quote, so that's why it's in quotes.
Yeah. Quote, responsive, but is expected to make a full recovery. So the dog, this looks like this dog was killed on the scene. Maybe they just amended it. Maybe it died later. So what? No animal cruelty charges for the police. Like, look, why didn't they just stand like a tree? You don't need to shoot the dog. Just stand there and do nothing. You'll be fine, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee there's comments blaming the cops and everything.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what this says. Just be a tree, right? So basically, it's everybody's fault except the dogs. Well, and the owners too. Doesn't say anything. Does it say whose? Let me see. Maybe there's some other news items. Whose dog was it? What do we got here? Dog. This is the same article. Attacked by dog. Oh, this is the same article. Brooklyn Park. There's another one. CB. Most of the time, this is just, they get this stuff off the AP and they just say the same thing over and over again. Yeah, shot and killed the dog. Expected to make a full recovery from a pit bull. So let's see, child. Let's see what we got here. Oh, here's the. Here's some comments. Crooklyn Park, yuck, yuck, yuck. And the Crooklyn Center has ordinances regarding out-of-control dogs and dogs who show aggressive behavior, period. These thugs have these dogs for protection only, not as pets. Nothing like this happened when my grandchild was attacked by neighbors' dogs. Often they should, oh, here they go. They should look into the treatment of the dog prior to the attack.
Yeah, that matters.
Yeah, I trained dogs part-time for 25 years, and pit bulls have a gene that makes them aggressive more than all other breeds. Okay. Yeah, here's another snarky one. I like this. Brooklyn Park to face multi-million-dollar lawsuit for killing without just cause. Excessive force, a vicious pit bull that mauled a child in the head. He was a good boy getting his life back together after a traumatizing experience from a child. He was just looking for pets from those murderous cops.
Well, come on now. Read come on.
Yeah. You wonder, it's like the problem. Obviously, I take this as satire or snark, but the thing is that these dog foamers are so out there. They're very difficult to parody because they would write stuff like this. The only thing that makes me believe is a snark because he writes this, a vicious pit bull who would maul the child in the head. The dog nutter would not write that, but a true dog nut would write this, would write that. Those who have killer dogs should be held accountable. Good work on the officer's part. So it's good to see it's, mostly positive. I mean, positive in the sense that, yeah, they're not blaming the victim for it, or promoting a lot of ridiculous narratives like this. Dogs and trees, kids and trees. Oh, man. Dog Bite Prevention Week. Let's see what else do we got. We got a Facebook article. We got, yeah, videographer. Yeah, I'm not going to look at that.
It's only 6 hours ago. Pretty easy to find.
Yeah, yeah.
I was on it.
Was this?
I was on it getting pissed reading comments.
But they don't name the dog either. I guess they don't. Do they know? I guess they don't know who owned it. It was just another at-large murder mutt. But find out, yeah, which meth head or deadbeat mom owned the mutt. Dog is a god spelled backwards. What would we have in the Discord? We had
it's a pretty good mix of logic and nuttery in these. Biggest cuddle bug and, the usual.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody, what they bring up? Oh, we had, it was interesting. There was another poser troll turned up the other week. What was his name? Yeah, cannabis grows in penguins. Put out, I think it was Alien brought this up. Just enjoyed. I'm not even going to say what it is. It's Zoophile porn essentially, but that user had been posing as one of us. So I wrote, okay, so that user is an agent. They were, posing as one of us. I think they'd even left some messages on my videos. And what's interesting with these videos is, the view counts and the comment counts go up and down because that's what these people do. They create these hit and run temporary accounts. So they go in, they, spam and troll, and then they delete the account, disappear, and then reemerge as another one. So yeah, this cannabis grows in penguins turned out to be a Zoophile agent, and actually an Asher verified. She said, "You're correct. That's what it was. The guy was definitely a Zoophile agent." Tell you, these people are everywhere. They've just come out of the woodwork. Out of the woodwork.
You should look up impact dog crates.
Impact.
It's like a maximum security prison for man's best friend.
Oh, let's try that. Okay.
It's literally impact. Yeah.
Impact dog crate.
Yeah. Just look at it.
Oh my god. Oh my dog. Holy mackerel. High anxiety crate. Where's the picture? Oh, where's the picture? Oh, it's still loading. Come on. Well, yeah, it's the problem is like you.
I expected better, man.
Look at this thing. Look at that.
You get 15% off. Why'd you close that?
Oh, shoot. What am I going to do now?
Oh, my dog.
Oh, my dog. Yeah, look at this thing. This is where you put your furry friend.
Yeah, so it doesn't, it doesn't hurt itself.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Yeah, they injure themselves, tearing out of these things. We were talking about dogs on planes at one point, and there was a case from, I guess it was last decade or maybe even the decade before, where a pit bull was crated, and in the baggage compartment. Remember the good old days when animals weren't allowed to ride in the passenger cabin? And that bygone era. But anyway, the pit bull, tore out of its crate and attacked the plane's electronics. Let's look that up. That's why I like these conversations. These things go in interesting direction. So pit bull attacks plane avionics. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, this is a Tampa Bay Times. This is 20 years ago. Pilots heard a thumping sound as American Airlines Flight 282 approached New York's John F. Kennedy Airport, guessed that a 68-pound pit bull in the cargo hold had broken out of its kennel. Soon afterward, I wonder why, they couldn't figure out why backup radio and data communication equipment went out as the Boeing 757 descended into JFK. So it's like mysteriouser and mysteriouser. After the flight from San Diego landed, the captain and the dog's owner went into the cargo compartment and were shocked at what they saw. Not only was a pit bull running loose, but the dog had chewed and clawed an 18 by 8-inch hole through a fiberglass bulkhead and bitten through wires in an electronics compartment. Okay, alarmed by the damage, American banned pit bulls, Rottweilers, and Doberman Pinschers. Okay, so we got ourselves, like, what is this, the official airline of the Ku Klux Klan? Telling you, man, these dog racists are just destroying our society. From its plane, so 5 days later they banned, but that's where you would need something like this. Well, actually, today they wouldn't even bother with this. They just bring it into the cabin.
Yeah.
So instead of chewing up the plane's electronics, it just chews up other passengers instead.
Yeah,
but at least
that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, at least the plane is able to land safely. So what if you got a bunch of corpses on board? You know, what's a few dismemberments?
I'm tired of these snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Yeah. Yeah. American decided it was a too much risk to, again, this was 20 years ago. And I don't think that the whole, social justice narrative had been applied to this yet. It was also before the fake service dog fad had kicked off. So we don't know what spooked the animal. We're trying to minimize the risk. But here's what's interesting about this was, okay, was this electronics compartment, was it jumping up and down and yelling and screaming while the dog was attacking it? Well, I'm thinking, it's an inanimate object, right? Doesn't that, contradict this narrative? What wasn't the plane's onboard computer being a tree? It doesn't have any moving parts, does it? So why did the dog attack it? I could see it wanting to get out of the crate. I'm thinking, how did this? I'm thinking, this onboard computer must have provoked it somehow.
Had to have. They don't attack for no reason.
Oh yeah, dogs never attack for no reason. I don't know. I guess
there's always a reason.
There's always a reason. Well, dog works in mysterious ways. But here's something else to worry about, because the thing is to say, well, the dog should be in the baggage compartment, but they'll just, so I guess this is a secure way to transport your pit bull.
Yeah. You need a $1,100 maximum security prison for your best pal,
Yeah, for your best buddy.
Furry friend.
These things do cost a lot. So
what do the things go for?
Yeah, I have. You see, look at this one.
$3,200.
$3,200. Well, this is the kind of thing you would use to transport.
We'll go over $5,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog.
Oh, my dog. Holy mother of dog. Well, that's the thing, too, is, one thing you can, if you have at-large dogs in your neighborhood, you can humanely trap them. You know, like say with a have a heart trap, but the problem is something like that's not going to contain one of these murder mutts for very long. It's going to break out of it because if you want to contain something like this, you know, why are we having a debate on why an animal that would require this? So this is this is a 48-inch version. So this is a Great Dane size container. This is the kind of thing you would use to transport like a dangerous exotic animal. Like if you were transporting, say, a Siberian tiger from Siberia to the Cincinnati Zoo, you would put it in something like this, right? You wouldn't just let it run loose in the plane. You'd put it in something like this, but everybody recognizes that an animal like that can be dangerous. But this is a dog crate. This is for man's best friend. This is for the beloved fur kid, the member of the family.
I'm pretty sure I saw these on Jurassic Park.
That's for the velociraptors. Oh, it's too funny. I tell you, these stories write themselves. They just write themselves.
I apologize for giving you these ads now because you're going to start seeing this everywhere.
Yeah. No, that's all right. Well, the thing is, you know, the algorithms, I think, are pretty crude. They're flawed because, you know, I type in, you know, dog attacks. And what comes up? Well, it's like dog food ads, or I want like dog bite or dog attack statistics. What I get 2 pages of ads for, you know, dog food, dog training, dog kenneling, veterinary services. Like that's not what I'm looking for. But they just see the word dog, and they think you're trying to get, you know, products or services for your dog, right? But yeah, trying to sell this stuff to me, it's like I'm not. I mean, I might use this for something else, but I mean, yeah, if I did have to transport a Siberian tiger, but on
dog attack, dog food, same.
Yeah, you know? Dog food, you know. Well, I mean, dogs, you know, they eat toddlers, so maybe that is food. So, I said these stories write themselves. I want to go over this also, but I'm
also look at the results on that. 9.3 million results for Impact Dog Crate. Is that what it said? I'm pretty sure it did.
Where did it say? Yeah. Oh, yeah. 9 point. Yeah, on top.
Holy shit.
Well, I guess if you look at any combination or any one of those words, I guess. I wonder if I just put quotes around it. Now what do I get? 42,000. So that narrowed it down some. And they're all very highly rated. Look, 1,000 plus positive reviews.
Don't read them. Oh, Jesus, don't read them.
No, I'm going to read them. I'm reading them. Where are they? Where's the reviews? 4 additional. Yeah, to see this thing, it's like it's latched all the way around.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that thing's secure.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, look at that thing. Yeah, they didn't mess around.
Hey, your furry friend's not getting out of that, let me tell you what.
Yeah, nothing's getting out of that. Yeah, look at those. Yeah, it's all. Wonder what the oh, they offer financing, so you can pay for it in installments. That's good. So you don't have to lay out the whole
$5,000.
You have to lay out $5,000 at once. You can break it up into some, you know, maybe 36 easy payments. Security latches, welded and riveted together.
Now, in case you didn't know what a welder rivet looked like.
Yeah. Oh, he's pointing out. Yeah. Look at how thick that steel is. What is that? Probably like 10 gauge, maybe?
That's maybe 100 thou aluminum.
Yeah. That's thick. Yeah, they don't mess around. I wonder if those
I
bars.
said it was aluminum, you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay.
From what I read, anyway.
Oh, it says,
Yeah,
okay,
there you go.
constructed with, yeah, aluminum alloy.
The fuck is it? Which alloy? Chinesium?
Yeah. Oh, and they're
Ooh,
stackable.
stackable.
They're stackable.
Perfect.
So you can stack your maulers. Military grade handles.
What the fuck?
Consult with our canine crate experts for guidance on. Well, see, the thing is, if you go back to, the killings the other week, why didn't they put this into one of these? Why not? Particularly because this is made for this. This is why you need this. Okay, what else?
He's got anxiety.
Yeah, he's got
Reactive.
anxiety. Yeah,
you go up and click on the review number, you probably get reviews.
Oh, yeah.
But that's ultimate Oh, there you go.
So they got this, what is this retriever in there? Crates. High anxiety. Scout's anxiety relieved. Oh, man, don't kiss the dog in the lips. Ugh. Guaranteed to last a lifetime.
Oh, good.
Oh, this was good.
Wow.
We were at the point where we were going to get rid of this dog. Impact dog crates really saved the family member that we call Scout. So you put your who puts a family member in something like this? I mean, shit, even my parents wouldn't do that. You would call, as well as everything else in our house. So the dog had been basically destroying the home. So they got to lock him in here so he doesn't completely trash the house. So they have all these customer reviews. Yeah, okay. But they have these like non-murder mutts. The pad, show more. Same day, rain.
Very frightened.
Yeah, he's very frightened of rain and storms. He bent the aluminum door panels of our old one with his teeth. We love that the holes are small and the bars on front are strong so he can't get his teeth between them. Worth every.
What the hell is wrong with these people? He bent the aluminum door with his teeth? What the fuck? God, this is a meme. I'm glad I brought this to the table.
Yeah, this is fun. That's, why I like having these, where I have at least, one other person on, because you bring up things that I don't think of, right? Because I don't think of everything. I don't know everything. So, yeah, this is good stuff. And I'm sure it's very interesting for the folks, But that goes back to, people talk about, trapping dogs. But one of those, have a heart traps. One of these, traps. Well, let's say we got a large. The thing is, this is for a small animal, but this is not going to contain a pit bull for very long. That dog is going to get out. One thing you can do, and again, always check local laws, but if you have at-large dogs, running on your property, you got to, make, you have to manage that pretty carefully. But what you can do, I know it's legal here, is you can get some humane traps and trap them. So, you just what you could do is just like put some turds, bait the trap with some turds or something that Fido finds tasty. And then, the dog gets trapped in here. You can call animal control and they'll come get him. So, or you could take it, if it's a small dog, I guess you could take it yourself. That's legal in most places because it doesn't injure the animal, and have it, taken out. And then, of course, then the owner has to pay a dog off because you've got proof that the dog was on your property. And then, you can get rid of it that way. So, yeah, have a heart. So, yeah, interesting stuff. So, and actually, I've used these because I have a raccoon issue, and I've done that with raccoons a few times, trapped them and had them taken out. So, you can do that with dogs also. Anywho, so it looks like we're about an hour in. I think I'm going to close out the call. I'm kind of fading fast. I've been tired the last couple days. So anyway, thanks for joining. We'll do another one soon. Maybe next week will be better. If we have, maybe people will be more, settled down after the holidays. So, all right, man, I'm going to close it out. Have a happy Easter, and I'll talk to you soon. So, any case, this is Animal on Control, and as always, people first. Bye, guy.
Toodaloo.